Chapter 54. So there I was, riding in the back of Rick's dad's SUV along with David and Kevin. Rick was driving and Carol was in the front passenger seat. "I really didn't want to hang out with you babies, you know," she said in a huffy tone. "Who are you calling a baby?" David demanded. "I'm as old as you are." "No, you're not. All three of you are younger than me. It's a wonder we don't have to bottle feed you," she replied. "Shut up," he replied in aggravation. For once I didn't comment. It was the first time that we'd all hung out together as friends. I wasn't going to fuck that up even if I hated Carol. I looked out the window. It was late afternoon. The SUV kicked up the gravel as Rick drove down the service road that we weren't supposed to be driving on. I wondered if Daddy would bail me out of jail if we were hauled away. When he agreed that I could go on this outing, he felt safe that I'd not get in trouble because the older ones would take care of me. He thought that Rick had common sense. If I had corrected him on what we were about to do, then I would have been sitting home rather than out with my newly acquired friends. Rick stopped the SUV and we got out. The hot air hit us all hard. We had been so comfortable in the air-conditioned SUV. "Let's go," he remarked. We looked up at the water tower. I was thinking that he really hadn't known how tall it was until now. I was guessing 5 stories high, maybe 6. "Damn, it's tall," they all remarked. "How are we going to carry the paint?" Kevin asked. "This was your idea. You'll carry it," David told Rick. "Put this one in your pocket," Rick told him as he handed him a paintbrush. David had a video camera and was filming. He paused to stuff the paintbrush in his pocket. So now Rick was trying to figure out how to carry the can of paint. "Is there a grocery sack in the vehicle?" I asked. "Maybe," he replied. So then he was rummaging through the SUV. Suddenly there was a plastic grocery sack. But now, before he was 5 foot up the ladder, he wasn't sure he could carry the paint. I guessed that he was just scared to go up the ladder. By then we were all hot and sweaty. It was just such a hot, muggy day. "I'll carry it," I replied. "You? If you fall off that ladder, your dad will kill me," Rick remarked. I shrugged. I'd let him figure it all out. It boiled down to no one wanting to climb up the ladder. I wordlessly took the sack with the paint in it and put my arm through the carrying loops. The rest of them were debating on how tall the water tower really was. "So y'all are staying on the ground?" I laughed as I started to climb upward. The guys couldn't be shown up by me, so they started climbing after me, making comments as we climbed. David had left his camera on the hood of the car. Carol was whining from below us because she was too scared to climb. Kevin was the last one climbing, and he got scared halfway up, so he made his way back down to the ground. Somehow me, Rick, and David made it to the top. "Oh my God, it feels like I'm going to fall," David remarked as he held on to the railing tightly. "How the fuck are we going to get back down?" "Are we going to paint something?" I asked. After some discussion, it seemed that we weren't. They just wanted to get back down on the ground. "I can't do this," David exclaimed. He was beginning to really freak out. Rick wasn't far behind him. "Why the fuck aren't you scared?" they wanted to know. I was dropped a lot when I was a baby. After a while, you gain tolerance from it. I lied as I peered over the railing and down at Kevin and Carol, who were yelling something or another from below. "You're so fucking weird," David remarked as they chuckled. "If you got something to say, come the fuck up here," Rick yelled down at them. I observed the two of them freaking out. "We're going to have to call the firemen to get us down. My parents are going to kill me," David whined. His fear was intense, and I fought to keep it out of my energy. "Here," I said to both of them. "Let's sit down for a moment." They obediently sat down. "Take my hand," I remarked as I held one hand out to each of them. I could feel the subtle shaking in both of their hands. "Close your eyes and breathe," I continued. I began releasing their fear. "It's going to be all right. That's it. Breathe in and out. Everything's okay." I continued that for a few moments. Carol was yelling upward, asking us what we were doing. "We can go down the ladder now, right?" I asked them. They both looked doubtful. I'm not scared. I'm going to hold on to you as you put your feet on the first rung and start down. Don't think about me, just know that I have a hold of you. Rick was the first one to go down the ladder. I braced myself against the railing with my feet and held onto his arm until he got both feet on the rung. Close your eyes and start slowly down, I told him. I can't do this, David informed me. He had wild eyes and he reached out and pulled me into a hug. It startled me, but I knew he needed this. I began releasing his fear again. A moment later, I felt him calm down to a decent level. Okay, come on. I promise I won't let you fall. I promise you can do this. Look into my eyes. I won't let anything happen to you. You can do this, I told him. I held firmly in my mind that he would go down the ladder safely. Do you trust me? He asked. I guess, he nodded. He was trembling as I grabbed hold of his arm and he searched for the first rung with his feet. He jerked suddenly and I tightened my grip on his arm. I've got you. Listen to me. I have got you, I told him in an authoritative tone, but inside I wasn't so sure if I could stop him from falling. In truth, if he fell, I most likely would fall too. Although I knew the laws of gravity, I didn't feel like me falling would be a big deal. I'd try to land on all fours like a cat. I blinked as Archangel Michael appeared behind David and nodded to me. David found the rung with his feet and he shakily started down the ladder. I gave words of encouragement as he descended. I heard the others doing the same from below. Archangel Michael was with him until the bottom. I watched him reach the ground, then he fell down in a heap. I wondered then how much some of us would do just to fit in. I suppose that was also my answer. I stared down at them. What are you waiting for? Rick yelled. They didn't know it then, but in the future my lack of fear over heights would be a common source of aggravation to them. Kevin had David's camera and was filming us. I couldn't believe he was doing that. I imagined that he was shaking, and so was the camcorder. Oh, don't fucking tell me she's afraid to come down. I didn't want to bring you babies in the first place, Carol remarked in disgust. You didn't fucking go up there. You have no room to talk, Kevin told her. You didn't go up there either, baby. Both of you are just fucking babies, she countered. It was fun watching and listening to them. What are you waiting for? Rick yelled a moment later. It doesn't look like I'm that far off the ground. Stand back, I'm going to jump, I told them. They were freaking out a little over that lie. You better not fucking jump, he yelled. Use the ladder and get your ass down here. Just come down here, okay? Walk down, David added. Quit messing with us, Angel, Kevin yelled in a shaky voice. You're scaring us. Come on down. Please? I guess even at that point in knowing me that he knew I was crazy. Let's go. She's not going to jump. We'll leave her ass here, Carol said as she pulled on Rick's arm. He nudged her away. Do I have to say please? Rick yelled up. I guess he knew too. He looked aggravated and he glared at Carol and said something to her that I couldn't hear. That might do it, I agreed. Please come down here. He and Carol were arguing in low voices where I couldn't hear them. Okay, he said it. Come on down now so we can all breathe again, David called to me. I'm certainly breathing without her. The sun doesn't rise and set because of her, Carol snapped at him. I began my descent. I was smiling, mostly to myself. They'd passed the test. About halfway down, I hung by my hands, letting my feet sway. Oh shit, she's gonna fall, I heard them shrieking. Oh my God, get your feet back on the rungs, one of them yelled. I giggled down at them as they yelled worse things. I'd had my fun then. When I reached the ground, they all smacked me and called me cuss names for scaring them. I had to laugh. Some people didn't even know when they were being tested. Meanwhile, David had that damn camera in my face, and Kevin was mad at me nearly the entire night for scaring him.